review our trades for today. Today is Friday, July 14th of 2023, and we did multiple trades in our main option trading account. Notice the first one, that we bought the KLAC July 21st $430 put option for 20 cents per share. KLAC is scheduled to announce earnings at the end of July, so definitely don't want to be in a cash carry put option if we can help it in KLAC. It was pretty far out of the money, but still it can be a pretty volatile stock, so want to get out of that. We are still in a poor man's cover call in KLAC, and actually be good for the position if KLAC were to decline. So we'll see what happens through earnings and look to possibly sell a new cash carry put option against it after earnings so we can roll our short near-term call option up. Now the next one was a new position we did. We sold the BLK August 18th 690 put option and bought the August 18th 550 put option. Put a net credit of $4.65 into our account here. So we'll pull the chart up. So first of all, we'll look over here at this daily chart. Remember, we sold the 690 put option. Notice that the put option we sold is right at the 200 moving average on this hourly chart. You can see that's a common theme with this position as I go through the various time frames we'd like to review. So if BLK does come down, then expect it to find support around that 700 to 690 area. It is pretty far away from these moving averages, so I do expect it to come down some. And very well may come down and test the 690 areas. We'll see in just a second. So looking over here at the bottom left chart, the daily chart, notice that BLK had a really strong advance over the past couple of weeks. It went up just over 10%. And today after earnings, nice, big, strong down candle and pretty high volume. Some of that volume may have come from buyers coming in and buying it up, as you see here on this nice little leg here. It takes up, about 25-30% of the candle. But we do see that it's made a higher high. It's made some higher lows. So overall, BLK is in a nice uptrend. But if it were to come back down to retest this lower part of this upward sloping trading channel, it put it right here, right about 690 where our cash carry put option is. And notice that put option is just above both the green 50 and red 200 moving average on this daily chart. So our put option very well may get challenged, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind it. I just prefer for it not to go below that, but sometimes it happens and we just adjust them, as you all know. Over here on a weekly chart, notice that the 690 area, it is a little bit higher than our red 200 moving average, but it is right at the green 50 moving average. You can see here that BLK's broke out nicely above this previous high, this candle right here, this week's candle, when it reached a high of 716.35 cents. So it's now pushed well above that. And looking down here at our volume over the past several months in our weekly chart, we see buyers have been very strong. So BLK is looking nice and strong. And of course, we would love for it to come down and retest this, but we do have quite a bit of capital sitting on the sidelines. So I just decided to go ahead and take advantage of this position, just in case BLK kind of hung out and then traded up from here. All right, then we closed the KR July 21st 45 put. I thought about just staying in this position because it's not announcing earnings during this cycle, so we're definitely going to try and go back into KR. But the main reason why I decided to go ahead and exit is just, you notice here on the hourly chart that it's now broke out below the 200 moving average on this hourly chart. Notice that it was finding support and trying to solidly push through the green 50 and red 200 moving average on this daily chart, and it looked like it was probably going to do that. It worked its way kind of through it. Volume wasn't looking too bad. All the sellers were showing some strength, but then today it had a pretty good down break. So down 1.36%. So because of that, for only 7 cents, 6.5 cents per share, I decided to go ahead and just close it out. And if it does come back down, then we'll look to go right back in with a new trade or a new position that expires in August, somewhere in this 45 to 44 strike price area. All right, then we did 2 Verizon trades, and simply we just rolled the July 21st $36 put option out and down to 35. We did have to go to October to do that for a credit. And then the other one was that we rolled the July 21st 35 put out and down to the 34 strike and only had to go out to September. So 2 months and 3 months. Prefer not to go out that long. And I did think about letting this be assigned to us. But in the end, we're getting nice cash on the cash we have sitting in our account. It doesn't require much margin. And we could have let it switch over to a covered call and got the nice premium, which does figure in some interest rate premium in there. But in the end, I decided to go ahead and just lower it. Verizon is looking a little bit weak. Looking here at our weekly chart, we see that it did break below this this way here. We see it's overall it's in a downtrend. So it's made lower high 2 weeks ago, last week, another lower high. Now it's made a lower low, and now we're right here at this area where, oops, messed my chart up there. Right here at this area that served as support for it, and notice that it failed. Today it broke through that. So as low as at 33.72. We see that Verizon says it closed out at 33.97. All it does look like it's below that low from that candle going back there. So we see it's just barely below it. And if you notice here in the volume section of the past week and a half, it's been declining on high volume. So because I decided to go ahead and let's just improve our position. So we did. We were able to get one rolled down to right here at 34. So right at the money. And the other one got rolled down to 35. So now we'll just see what happens over the next several months and maybe let it be assigned to us, or maybe continue to adjust it, or if Verizon comes back up, maybe we can close it out early. So that's our trades for this week, and I'll be sending out the top 5 tomorrow. And we have quite a few positions that expire next week. A lot of them are announcing earnings, so we're going to try and get out of as many as possible, try and avoid earnings if at all possible. And that's all for today. So I hope you have a great weekend.